So here we are, we're back with a very interesting episode that talks about what you can do with our Flexique products when you either add them to other common ingredients or add some common ingredients to them. Stay tuned, this is an interesting one. There are other episodes back there that you can pick up in Flexique Fridays that talk about all of the products and what you can do with them. This one's a pretty interesting one. Matter of fact, Marilyn and I, in 2019, went to IBIE and did a stage presentation called Magical Transformations. Talked about the same kinds of things that we're going to show you today. So, ready to launch? Let's go. The first couple of things we've already talked about. Cornstarch. Remember how you can add cornstarch to Flexique and Flexique Instant Lace to change the properties of how it works. You can pipe with it. You can create a stained glass. You can do self-curling rose petals. Pick those tips up in other episodes. The other thing we already talked about is covering wafer paper to make it durable, and especially if it's printed wafer paper, to protect the image from running when you spill water or touch it with buttercream. That's in another episode back on wafer paper. So the next one on the list is mixing confectionery coating almond bark with Flexique. The proportion is 25% confectionery coating to 75% Flexique for a fabric feel. If you want a little stiffer result, do it 50-50. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. You mix it by weight. So here I have equal amounts by weight of the confectionery coating and Flexique. Since they have different melting points, you need to melt each one separately. So I'm going to do that real quick and then combine the two together. So here you go. The confectionery coating is melted, and the same with the Flexique. Now I'm just going to combine the two together. Mix one into the other, doesn't matter what you do. Then what I want to do is add some color. So I'm going to add some white to this mix. And then I have here a grass mat. I'm going to just pour some into the grass mat and cover it. You want to make sure that it's thick enough so there's no thin spots in it. I actually did that a few days ago, and here's the result. You see the impression from the grass mat, and it's flexible and a little bit heavier. The next thing you can do is mix Flexique Instant Lace with gum paste. The ratio is about 10 grams of Flexique Instant Lace to 100 grams of gum paste. We have several cake artists that have used that combination when creating rose petals, flower petals, and said that it gives it the ability to be spread very thinly and a little bit more flexibility. So I've got some here that I've mixed together. Flexique Instant Lace with the gum paste. And basically roll it out. Look how thinly you can roll the gum paste. It's very clean and flexible. It gives you a little bit more working time, and the petals stay flexible a little bit longer. So that's the second thing. Fondant is the next item. You know, sometimes you get elephant skin with fondant, right? We found that if you mix some of our modeling chocolate, yes, we do make modeling chocolate on a limited production level, 25% of the modeling chocolate with 75% of the fondant. You just knead it all together, and then you can also roll it pretty thinly. But the nice thing about it is you get a very even edge. I have a piece of fondant that I've rolled out earlier, regular fondant. It has a ragged edge like this. So that's a benefit. You can get fondant which will not get any elephant skin when you put it on your cake. Have you ever made sequins? You know that if you spread regular gelatin out and it dries, it curls and is very uneven, not flat at all. If you mix 2 tablespoons of Flexique in with your gelatin and water and spread it out, it flattens it a bit and makes it a lot easier to put it into any kind of punchers. I've got a section here that I've done that with. I'm going to punch a circle. See how nice that is? See how flat that is? You can also do another trick by putting another hole at the edge of that circle, and now you can get a piece of string or a piece of Flexique string that you can weave these together and have a dangling set of sequins. The next thing is flexible chocolate. If you mix a teaspoon of cocoa powder in with a 1/4 cup of Flexique, you get a shiny chocolate fabric. Not only does it smell good, but it tastes really great too. If you powder that with some more of the cocoa powder, you get a matte finish, almost like a suede fabric finish. So there's another mixture. Cocoa powder with Flexique for a flexible chocolate. Have you worked with Flex Frost sheets? They're a flexible medium on an acetate sheet. The problem is when you take that acetate sheet off and expose it to air, it tends to get a bit brittle. I have a sheet here that I've coated with Flexique. What that does is give it some protection and some flexibility, some added flexibility. So here you have a protected piece of Flex Frost. I have a sheet, the other part of that sheet that's been exposed to air for a few days. Now it's still very flexible, so the exposure to air does not make it brittle. Some people said that you can add Flexique to sugar veil to make it better. We've not experimented with that, but you might want to try it to see what it does. The last thing is an eye-opening discovery using pastillage. There'll be a lot more coming out in the American Cake Decorating magazine, so keep an eye out for it. So that's the gist of it, using Flexique with cake decorating or baking products to make them work differently. Change them to work better. Pretty cool, huh? Next time we'll talk about using Flexique on non-food grade products to protect them. So come on back. Keep staying tuned in, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you next time.